Hello and welcome back. This is UIX Kingwin, and today we're going to be talking about something called Grav CMS, or otherwise known as Grav Content Management System. So, as you can see, I've put together a pretty simple, straightforward website detailing how to use Grav and the pros and cons, some of the alternatives to Grav, and kind of the data structure and the organization behind Grav. But before we begin with that, I'm going to talk about what I use to host this website. It's a service called Reclaim Cloud. It's completely free, and I highly suggest that you go and check it out. So let's take a look at what I have so far in our dashboard here. If you look in our directories, you're able to kind of see how the website has been set up, and you can see my pages that I've set up here. I've favorited this folder so I can find it much more easier as I'm going through and editing the pages of the website. Pages here that I've set up so far are the home, the pros and cons, the alternatives, and the structure, and then later on in the video we're going to set up one more so I can show you guys how to do it. These default.mv files are kind of what's the content of the website, and behind the scenes we're going to have PHP and a whole bunch of other scripting languages working in tandem together to kind of throw everything together and make it all look all pretty and kind of just generate our website. So GravCMS is known as a static site generator, and it's based on a flat file system. What this kind of allows for is it's increased in security because you don't have to rely on things like a server or like a database. Well, actually, no, you'll need a server to host the website, of course, but you won't need a database. So let's take a look at our default.md file here for our homepage. As you can see, it's very similar to what I have right here. As you can see, we're going to be using a language called Markdown, and you can see all that through the notation here. Oops, my bad. You can see the notation here. There's some hyperlinks, yada yada. You get the point. But as you can see, the file relation to the folders is based on the menu items, or not exactly the menu items, but behind the scenes, the scripting language is taking these folders, throwing them onto a menu, and then generating those separate web pages. You can see what I'm talking about right here. I have those folders right here, but they're all separate web pages. But of course, they're all under the same website. So I hope that makes sense, but I guess we can move on to the admin panel of the Grav editor right here. It's the same kind of structure we saw on the Reclaim Cloud dashboard, but this one has a much more friendlier GUI. As you can see, the Grav introduction, pros and cons, etc. From here, let's take a look at the intro page again. Go ahead and edit that. And you can see the markdown is all here. You can preview it over here. It's pretty straightforward and it's very simple to use. Unfortunately, one of the drawbacks of Grav is that in order to kind of maximize on what you can do with Grav, you need to have a very deep understanding of how to utilize the tools inside of it. So let me show you how you can go ahead and create one of these menu items, or rather new page. Excuse me. So let's go to our pages right here. Go ahead and create a new folder. We're going to label this as video. Going to go ahead and generate that. There's nothing in there just yet, but we're going to add that using create a new file. We're going to label that as default.md. Go ahead and open it, and obviously there's going to be nothing in it. We haven't added anything yet. Let's add a title. Actually, I don't think for the purpose of this we need to add a title, but let's just add some content place video here. I'm going to save that, And now we can see those changes over in our environment over here. Let's go back to our pages. It's right here. Go ahead and preview that. And there you can see there is our updated menu item and what I've written down. So I hope what I've showed you today is helpful. If you have more questions, feel free to check out this website, as I've done a much more in-depth guide and some links here that will help you kind of learn more about Grav. You can follow this URL at gravkingwin.us.reclaim.cloud. Thank you. This has been UIX Kingwin, and I'm out.